Welcome y'all to Let's Talk About It with your boy DJ Reality, aka Sean McMillan, and my homeboy Sydney. How you doing, Sid?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Good energy. Got my little yoga in, my little stretching, hot yoga.
Got your Yall in.
Yeah, it was too many people in there, and it was hot. It was like 15 people. I've never been in the studio when it was that many people, and I was sweating like a bitch.
So help me understand and y'all, I may sound ignorant, but what is yoga, like meditating, or what's that? Because I don't yoga, Yall. I don't do any of that.
It's a mix. It's slow stretching, and like I said, I don't know the whole back history of it, but for what I get from it is it helps with my body as far as making sure that I'm, doing the stretches that I need for post surgery and stuff like that. So it's good for me. Like my doctor told me to minimize the amount of I can't lift more than 30 pounds in the gym. So now I'm doing like more the stretching, the cardios and stuff like that. But I can't run because that'll impact my back as well. So I've been trying to do more of the like ellipticals and stair steps and all that stuff to be able to be active.
So ladies, just FYI, he can't lift more than 30 pounds. So
I can't lift 200 and
you can't lift 230 pounds. and you're not gonna find too many that's 30 pounds. So hey, he's shooting that hen out there. But,
all right. So what's the topic you want to jump into? I'll let you kick it off.
Let's talk about it. Well, right now, because I wasn't sent the topic, so I'm just off my topic.
Now let's jump into something. You said let's talk about acronyms. Let's talk about the theys, the thems, the he, the she's, the.
It get into the acronym pronouns. That conversation.
Yeah, not acronym pronouns. My bad.
Pronouns.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
And again, I'll keep it very simple. As for me, as being raised in the 80s, all I knew was certain type of pronouns that I was raised on. The you faggot, you sissy, you bulldagger, you lesbian. That's it. All the he, she, her, shouting. I don't care what you call me. Just at the end of the day, I'm Sydney.
So let me ask this question. There's one thing that bothers me. I feel like, and this is not just strictly with the pronouns, but I feel like in life, we try to find ways to segregate ourselves to, to make us, I guess, quote unquote, different rather than being within. Because sometimes the whole idea of segregation can work if it's all equal. It's just kind of like what was going on in the 50s and 60s where schools were being segregated or were segregated, but it wasn't equal schooling at those places. So I feel like now we tend to separate ourselves from it's difficult. And I say that as in, it's like, say for instance, if you identify as a they or them, how do I know how you identify as? And this goes to
what does that mean?
No, so when we remember the conversation we had, and I'll bring this up to people from time to time, is that we had the conversation. I don't know if you remember, we did on the pod about the queer versus, just being homosexual. And I literally had one conversation an hour before we did the podcast, talking to someone that identified as queer. And then I had the conversation directly with you. And you like, fuck all that. Don't be calling me that shit. It's offensive. So it's like, how do you...
Well, let me correct one thing. Call me queer is not offensive to me. However, again, I was not raised on all of that. Yeah. I'm Sydney.
And that's how you should be identified anyway.
You can choose to, in your mind, muster up. See, at the end of the day, I don't care about nobody. And everybody probably heard this word that's not doing the 3 F's in my life. And I'm not going there. Most of y'all know what the 3 F's are. So if you're just not being beneficial to my life, if you're not helping, you're not a help me, you're not making my life
easier,
comfortable or easier, I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think about it. Men and women look at me all the time. And most folk that really know me know I'm always well dressed, very clean cut. I have on this hat today, but I'm always clean cut. So oftentimes, if you see me out, in the words of one of my brothers, he say, and he's a straight man, he be like, "Bro, you too cute. It looks gay," and that's all he say. But that's my look. I can't get around it. I can't run from it. I look how I look, and I am who I am, and I'm not ashamed of that. So with that, me having peace within myself, I can care less what you think, how you view me, what's your perception. I don't care. Now, are we respectful towards another? You've been a straight man or straight woman, whatever. Are we respectful? That's it. Especially to my men, my black men and women. Y'all my people. I don't care, straight, gay, whatever. They're my people. But do I care how you feel about me? Hell no, I don't. I got two amazing children. I done played in the lady pond many times. Do you think I care what someone think? Nope. Especially if they don't affect my life. So, I mean, it is what it is.
No, it's always interesting because I find it, I don't like to, like I said, I had two different conversations within a couple hours of how one identifies and how someone else identifies. And to someone that's not a part of the community, it makes it a little bit more, not to say it could be offensive to me, but it's like, what am I supposed to do? So like, how do I, because I identify you as Sydney. I don't talk to you as if, I mean, we can have these conversations just because of our sexuality, but I don't see you and be like, oh, that's gay Sydney. I'd be like, that's Sydney.
Right. And this is just an example. So no one take this personal that I'm speaking to him in that way, or he's that. But for straight men and women, should I identify you as a whore?
Yeah, that part.
Or a whoremonger or a home wrecker, or we could go down a lot. What should I identify you as? Because I guarantee when no one is looking, and I'm not saying everyone, but there's no telling what you're doing. Yep. You may not be with the same sex, but you breaking women's heart, or women breaking that man's heart and just being, what are you, a little, you want to say slut, whore? Okay, what's your pronoun?
Yeah, hey, look, you know what's funny about that? I find it that people get more offensive on things they identify with, if that makes sense. And I'm saying that as in, like, a lot of times, if like I don't throw around bitch as in like talking about women or anything like that, but I'd be like, oh man,
that's your favorite word.
No, look, I'd be like, oh man, I was like, they acting like a bitch, but I could be talking about a dude, I could be talking about, you know, my boss, or I could be talking about, you know, and be like, the first thing that comes out, that's your figure of speech, how you express. Look, but that's the first thing I've seen that come out of if I'm talking to a woman or anything like that, is like, why they got to be a bitch? Right. I'm like, are you identifying as, like, is that a word that you're taking, like you're counting women as that? So it's almost like I'm saying they're acting like a girl or a woman or anything like that. I was like, no, I'm just like, anybody could be a bitch. Like,
and I get you, because
you're fair game.
You express yourself just like how I am. It's a figure of speech. If I'm speaking to a guy, he could be heterosexual and he's soft. I'm like, why you acting like a punk? Like, it just comes out. I'm not saying that you are a punk. Yeah. That's just my expression. Like, you're being a punk right now. So, I mean, I get it. It is what it is.
No, it's just funny that, you know, I'm like, no, it's like, are you identifying as that, or like as a whole, as a bitch? Because like I said, the word used to, I remember one time I was, it was a Busta Rhymes song, and I was on the, you know, I'm DJing, and I was on the mic, and I'm singing his part, and the part was like, "What my bitches is that? What my bitches is that?" And this chick came up to me and said, "You can't say that." I was like, "But you was just grooving to Busta Rhymes." And I'm not saying, you know, I just, you got to be cautious of like who can say and who can't say. And I'm like, yo, it's like, are you okay with Busta Rhymes singing in the song? Like, if you're gonna fully be, don't say that, then boycott. Because no, it was what, nigga who, is that your bitch? you know, it was so many. I mean, what's my favorite word? Like it was like, and that's the hypest part of the song, you know. Like, but it's just like it's funny when people don't want you saying it, you know, but they're okay with
right
other people.
But that's when I believe, and I'm not saying this to be 100% true, that I feel you can find someone that's healed and someone that's not. Because when you're healed, like me, honestly, you can say be gay. You can say what you want to say to me. I was telling a few friends, I was like, I don't understand why oftentimes we as people of color or black people, but I do get the history of it, why we get so offensive if someone white calls us the N-word. I don't care, because see, I know that's all the ammunition they got to try to get under our skin. That doesn't get under my skin. I've been called worse. So you call me there, I'm just looking at you like, okay, that lets me know who you are as an individual. So
I mean, I think an ass whooping is it could be warranted.
It could be warranted. It's how it's been.
I mean, but it's like your energy. But it's like
I don't care, and so this is why I believe at the end of the day, I don't get into fights. I get along with everyone because you can say something offensive. I don't care. Like, you don't know me like that. You may say something, and unbeknownst to you that you didn't realize, or you could be drinking alcohol, you could be under the influence of other, and you made it, okay, cool. I'm cool, because when I go home, I'm going to sleep.
I'll say this. One thing you said, white people saying the N-word or saying nigga, I really feel like, not that I got you, but I get to know who you are as a person rather than you saying it to all your other friends or saying it in the background, like, okay, this person don't like black people or has whatever offense. And I'm okay with that, knowing that in general, like somebody's showing their true colors. Because a lot of people, like the difficult part, like say for instance, working in corporate America, you know, people it could be undertones or it could be embedded that like racist undertones,
correct,
you know, and or prejudice undertones, and you may not even know it, but if somebody just goes off and says whatever, I appreciate the blatant prejudice or racism, then you find a way to get me out of a company or whatever. So.
But I'll say this, being in leadership, again, being in human resources, been in leadership for so many years in my career, one thing I have learned is that, and I'm just saying about me, as it pertains to a black man, I'm a black man first before I'm a gay man. And let me just be clear, I'm a black man, I'm a black father, I'm a gay male. They may have had that undertone, or they may have that body language, or they may have made suggestions or whatever to other folks. It's never come to me. I'm respected. Now, you may be thinking in your head or what have you, but as your leader, you wouldn't dare say that to me. We're not doing that. They know when to draw the line.
I definitely.
And
I would think most people do, and I would hope that it never get to that point where somebody has to, you know, be like, you nigga, like
I'm sorry. Disclaimer, y'all. If y'all see me moving like this, I'm trying to hit the microphone. So don't think I'm being weird.
That's it. That he had surgery too. You ever seen the movie Rosewood?
I have.
Look, I saw Rosewood without seeing no previews, without seeing nothing about it, and I had no knowledge of what it was about until I bought like a bootleg while I was living out in New York, and I was watching that movie. And the crazy part, this is kind of how, not to say this is how corporate America is shaped or anything like that, but this is in Tulsa, where you had the black community that was thriving and building, and then you had the white community over here, and they were split, but yet it was almost equal, you know, as far as like being able to be successful over here, being able to be successful, separate but equal. But then when the white woman came and said that she was raped and said it was a nigga, you know, like,
it was one of your negros.
Shit changed like instantly. And I'm watching, I'm like, what's going on? Like and then everything burns down, and Like this shit blew my fucking mind. That was like 96 or 90.
But what I learned, and even in corporate America, with that example you just gave of the Caucasian woman, the white woman making that false allegation towards a black man, what most may not realize as it pertains to someone like me that's in leadership, human resources, etc. And most will say Sidney is he's very firm, he's direct, and then you could speak to anybody that I led or that worked for me. They'll tell you very direct. And I'm direct because, again, I've been in those situations, even my own people. When I held you, I befriend you. I thought you were good people. I may thought you were amazing associate, employee, or whatever that looked like. I may thought you were that. However, when I held you accountable, now you tell them, folks, I touched you. I invited you out. You just made up a lie. And it happened to me at a retail location, and HR suspended me for a week. They done their due diligence, investigation, etc. Found out he told a whole lie, and he did. But he was upset because I wasn't giving him the attention that he wanted, and I held him accountable. And so it happened.
Oh no,
and it's unfair.
I had a white woman cry wolf at a job like a few years ago, where she was literally like, I mean, and the thing that was good about it was that there was emails going back and forth. So I mean, it was literally clear transparency, and it was like, well, you know, Sean makes it a little bit more difficult to do demonstrations and stuff because I do demo, or I was doing demos at the time. But the thing is, I get compensated off of demos, you know, because if we close the business, I get a part of the compensation commission. So it's like, why would I not want to do business with you? Like, I don't care about you. I care about the customer. So you bring the customer to me, I do the demo, the customer decides to sign on and blah, blah, blah. Then we both get commission.
Yeah, the motives.
Listen, and it was so funny.
Light skin.
Look, it was so funny that I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, that's why I love that there was receipts. I was like, this is the conversation. And they still tried to bypass, because, you know, it wasn't a lot of us up there, but they tried to, I'm like, yo, like, no, look at the messaging. What are you talking about? And it worked out, but I'm like, I hate the fact when we have to defend ourselves just to get what we're supposed to get, rather than, you know, like, it's almost like getting pulled over and then having to go and fight a ticket and you win against the ticket. But it's like, I still had to take off work. I still had to go to court. I still had to do all of this stuff just to get what I was supposed to get.
And that's why Black people are fatigued. Women, men, this is what we go through. We always trying to prove ourselves. When we're the good guy and the good woman, the most part. But however, I'm gonna pivot a little bit. I want to ask you this question. So do you feel as though light-skinned men and women are discriminated or not more against dark-skinned men and women?
I think so. I think we discriminate against ourselves. I mean, it's funny, like, we'll look at ourselves and
because you're a lot of complexion
and be like, oh, this is what beautiful is, or this is what ugly is. And it's like, well, no, I mean, I can tell you what ugly is. Like, it ain't. It's some ugly light-skinned people. It's some ugly dark or brown-skinned, dark-skinned people. But that's just based off of preference, you know. But I feel like in public, we tend to gravitate and say that the light skin is better than the dark skin.
Yeah, and I don't understand.
I don't abide by it. I think it's stupid. No, I think it's real stupid because it just, and like I said, I've never had a preference in, like, if you light skin,
me neither. I just like Black people.
Yeah, I like you. Cool, we rock. You know?
Now, I do have a confession. It's over 20-something years ago.
What, like Christopher Williams or something?
Yeah, I have a confession.
I'll be sure.
Whatever. Like, listen, y'all, 25 years ago. Yes, I'm that old. But I remember being a hiring
immature
manager for a retail company, right? I would not hire if they was unattractive. I didn't. Right then, you could have been the best and the viewee, you could have the best questions. But because I thought you were ugly or you was bad, and this is 25 years ago, y'all don't know this. I'm telling y'all back.
We live and we learn.
Yeah. I placed judgment.
Yeah.
And I passed up a lot of good folk. Let me tell you why. Those attractive folk, they didn't want to work. They were sorry at their job. They wasn't showing up for work. Mm-hmm. They wasn't doing any of that. The ones that I let go could have been the best candidates, made my job. See, I had to learn that being a young leader. I had to learn that.
But listen, it wasn't, you were taught that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like, it's like breaking those chains to be able to do the things that make sense for the business, right? I mean, of course, we've all had, I mean, I remember being, younger. It was like, I wouldn't date women with kids.
Right.
But
gotcha.
I'm fucking,
80 years old. Yeah.
I ain't 80, but you know what I'm saying? I'm 18, 22, 26 at that time. And I'm like, well, I get in my 30s. I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's, like, I mean, could you think like now, if I was to date someone with kids, I mean, their kids and them graduated from college and or and all that stuff.
I like mine.
Like I was talking to my cousin who I do the pod with, Brian, and he's a grandfather. We the same age. And it's like, okay, well, not that. I mean, you can have your preference and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like, well, you got to kind of change. You can't just have a bias. I mean, because because you can have somebody that has kids that can be a great person that you can be with. You got somebody that could be the worst person that you could be with. You just don't know, and you just got to be cautious of just the type of people
and sometimes a woman or a man having children and that individual kind of dismiss them, ghost them, whatever you want to call it, because they have children. That may have been the blessing in your life. You dodged a bullet.
Yeah, whatever. So let me ask this. So we were talking now about, because I had this conversation before, and it was kind of a weird conversation. It kind of pissed me off, but not necessarily pissed me off, but it was kind of like, yo, like, is that the way that you think? But the conversation was that I was asked if I was an ally or if I was a part of a community. And I'm like,
ally to what? The who?
LGBT.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I was like,
was you asked by a male or a female?
A female.
Okay.
And the reason why I was asked was because I had on this Nike hoodie. I actually had it on the other day. This Nike hoodie. No, it's a rainbow. No, it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow, and it's meant for the LG. It's meant for the community. But I had on this hoodie, and like I said, it has a rainbow Nike Air and all that stuff. And I was like, well, for one, why would I don't know.
Why would you what? I want to hear this.
Why was I asked?
Okay.
Yeah. So, because I feel like you're either one or the other. Like either I'm in a community or I'm an ally. And then if I'm not an ally, then not to say I hate the community, but it's like I advocate for rights, for safety, for all of the things that's happened in the past. So when you, like, I was asked was I ally or part of the community, I was like, well, I'm an ally. And they were like, well, like, what does that mean? I was like, well, for me, it means that I'm protective of people that have dealt with things in the past, but yet I'm still worried about or trying to help the present and the future. And they were like, well, I'm indifferent about being an ally. And I was like,
why is that? I don't hear that. Why was she indifferent?
I didn't understand
that. Please come on to the podcast. Let's talk about that.
Now, look, I was lost on it because I'm like, well, how are you? Like, if I just gave you the definition of what I consider what an ally is, and you're indifferent on that, then it's like, are you not an advocate?
Because again, I could have that same, see, because it's a lifestyle that people choose and they say, okay, that's a community. And I'll get more into community more. However, I could say, okay, I'm an ally. Getting to know you, the heterosexual man, and you're the biggest whoremonger out there. Mm-hmm. So if they, like they say, birds of a feather flock together. So if I'm hanging with you, guess what they're thinking about me?
Mm-hmm. I mean, but
and I'm like, but no, that's my boy. Like, I have nothing. What he do in his life, that's in his personal life, who he sleep with, that's his business.
But why does it matter?
It shouldn't matter.
If it, like, this is my thing, right? The thing that bothered me more than anything was they didn't understand what an ally meant. But I gave a definition and they were indifferent about that definition. And it's like, well, if you don't understand, like I just told you what I consider it. So if I'm an advocate or if I push for people to be safe and I push, and they was like, well, are you passionate about it? I was like, yeah, I'm passionate about it, but I'm passionate about everyone. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to not go through anything. Like I'm an advocate for women. I'm an advocate, I
don't want anyone to be discriminated against.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
So bottom line. And so me giving that definition, I was still lost on how you're indifferent about it. That was the thing that was throwing me off.
And it's not really playing devil's advocate. I do understand where she comes from. And so that lets me know, maybe or maybe not, most maybe, she may have dealt. There are some men and women that are just, like, again, what we call DL, and they're just not going to be honest. Let me say that. They're not going to be honest. Them being DL to me is not the issue. Because I'm like this. Love what you like sexually. Whatever gets you off, that's your... First of all,
Sid,
it's nobody's business.
Sid, I have on a rainbow hoodie. But that's Nike Air. If I'm DL, nobody, then is
well, yeah, that's right. Not with no rainbow on.
But I literally, it's a rain. I'm gonna show it to you after.
But however, but
she's viewing
you. She's viewing you as heterosexual. You come off as heterosexual. You lead with being heterosexual.
But you already asked me. But you asked me about part of the community.
So again, so that lets you know that as it pertains to her and trauma, she's just not believing you. And guess what? You need to move on because you don't need no one or nobody in your life.
I wasn't trying to. It was just a general, like, because I posted the video, the video going to the gym, bitch, and shit like that. And I had on the hoodie. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a comment, like, and I'm like, why is this? I was like, why is this even, a conversation? But it's just weird that, people can't, get past the I support others. Like, I don't necessarily have to say, hey, I'm an ally out loud, but I just I had on a hoodie and I've had the hoodie for probably like a smooth 7-8 years.
Let me tell you something
all the time. So
I guess because, again, my career and like just me, I'm a friend. I don't care who you are and what you can get there. Yeah. I'm a friend, male, female, straight. I'm a friend. Mm-hmm. So I've met some amazing heterosexual men. Like, I've chilled with their wives or their husband. Like, I'd never want to offend my friends. I love them. Yeah. I'm never gonna. Let me say I strive, because we're human. We make this, but I strive to. That's one thing. Like, when it comes to my friends, I deem as friends. We're not cross. No.
Yeah.
You're a friend, and I'm gonna keep you in that box.
Yeah.
With gate straight. And I enjoy that because, again, I want to gain your trust, and I want to gain your trust, earn your trust, vice versa. Mm-hmm. Now, that was a comment somebody made on TikTok. Somebody was saying on TikTok about how a lot of these guys and these girls are exposing these DL men and women. And to me personally, I just think it's tacky. First of all, you're putting yourself in danger.
Yeah.
Because everyone does not want to be put out like that. If they did, they would have been more open with you out there. So please don't do that.
I mean, it might impact their career. It's different. Right. It's different things that it can, impact. Just like, know who you messing with.
And that's again, the bottom line. And you may not even be DL. When I say DL,
why does it have to be exposing?
That's what I'm saying. You could just be a single man that just exploring both options.
Yeah.
However,
seeing if it's something you want to do.
To your point. Right. See, something you want to do. But to your point, I don't need that out because I'm just exploring it. So it bothers me when I hear, when I see, when I view men and women exposing folk they share themselves with. Like, that's tacky. That's ugly. It's tacky. It's immature. And that's just a conversation y'all should have. And, it does not work out. You go your way. They go their way. Period.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else has to be said.
I feel like it's different now. I feel like, not I want to say it's different, but I feel like people now get hurt in a way that if they people don't know how to communicate. And I say that as in, if I have a problem with you,
no, people just lie.
no, well, that too. But if I have a problem with you, I'm saying, like, me personally, if I have a problem with you, I'm like, Sid, this is da da da. But I feel that a lot of people, I'm not gonna say all because people always get issues when you say all or none. But if I say, I say that some people, when they have a problem with you, they talk to other people about the problem with you rather than talking to you about the problem.
And that's what I found. You're not my friend.
Yeah.
If someone come to me, that's not my friend.
Yeah.
And I know how to move on.
Yeah.
I don't even address them anymore.
If you done went to somebody else, but if you went to someone else already, that's why I'm like, okay, all right, I don't need to mess with you no more. Because you are that I mean, and don't get me wrong, like there's I had to learn that, you know what I'm saying? Like, from being frustrated with people, like, no, just talk to them directly. It's not an easy thing, but it's who, like, I talk to my mom and I'll tell her any problem that I have, talk to her directly. She may not like it, you know, it may not sound good, but then I call her the next day and we all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, or we good in 3 days or something like that, you know, but I'd rather talk to her about it than, I mean, hell, there's one time I was leaving the hospital after having the neck surgery. You know, my sisters were here, and I'm talking to my mom on the phone because my sisters, you know, they one of my sisters got frustrated and just flew my mom back to Michigan. She's like, okay, y'all, you getting on my nerves. And I'm like, and my mom telling people that, oh, they just flew me back, and they ain't tell me no reason. I was like, Ma, because you was frustrating them. You was bothering them. They told me why. And they brought you down there, flew you down there, pay for everything for you, and you frustrated them, called them all kinds of names, and this is why they flew you back. So what do you have to say about that? You the one who was complaining, so it's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough conversation, so when you say, but a lot of people don't like to have it.
So when you say, and because we're gonna have it now, she called them all types of names. Give me some examples of the names that she called them, because I want to have that conversation. I got a good story.
Oh, it's definitely some curses. I mean, I don't want to misquote her, but she definitely called them out their names.
Gotcha.
on some stuff that I'm like, my, they are here. Like, my mom is coming here next week. I flew her down here, and I was like, Ma, I was like, do you want to come? And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not going to buy you a ticket, and because we're not going to go through this whole, I only came because you bought a ticket. Da, 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 da. I was like, you can stay there. I was like, I want to see you, but you have to want to come.
Right.
Like, I don't want, because, you know, sometimes people would be like, well, you know, since I only came because I was like, no, you want to, I could save my money. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come or not, like, but I want to see you before I start this another job. You know,
so that's it's a little phrase, a little analogy I tell my children until like you asking your mom that specific question. She got to come. I always tell my kids, you could be upset with me about anything, but one thing I am not mad about, if I don't spend my money on nobody, I'm not mad. I spend my money on nigga. Excuse me, I'm not mad. If I spend my money, I don't care who it is. Okay, you mad? Figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
But your mom, like, that's how I am with my grandmother. My cousins, everyone think I'm kind of disrespectful to my grandmother, my mom, and I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm just one of those folk.
Just say what it is and let everything fall where they might.
My grandmother, them too old. In my house, you're not gonna tell me what to do in my house.
Never.
Because I'm gonna put you out.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Grandmother, mother, and all. Yes, I am. Those that don't agree with that, like, that's my mama, that's my grandma. Okay, well, they'll get over it and you have some respect. Yep. I'm a grown man. You in my house. You got to go, baby.
Yep.
And I will put you out. If you mad about my guy being in my house, bye. You can go.
You ain't got to be here.
You ain't got to be here. That's why. So it's things like that. Like, I have zero tolerance for disrespect. Zero.
Yeah.
And
she was, and that's why I called her out. I'm like, yo, yeah, and maybe it's just I don't want to say how women react or anything like that, but it was almost as if they weren't. I don't want to say they weren't direct with her, but she was saying things. She said things like direct to them. But they were like, "Well, this is mine." I was like, "No,
that's how she is."
I was like, "You would, yeah, that's how
they is." No.
But you're not going to disrespect,
right?
And be talking about, "Oh, my sister then do something." I was like, "My sister paid for that flight." Listen, you got to be. Can you imagine somebody can frustrate you so much? You like, all right, I gotta ship them back home.
I know. My cousins, you said all the time, y'all know that's how grandma is, what have you. And I'm the one person. So I'll give you a story. My sisters, all the girls in the family, cousins, my sister, they went on a girls' trip maybe like 2 years ago. And if they see this podcast, they can agree. But I'm paraphrasing a lot. Mm-hmm. So they was having fun. Mm-hmm. They're in the kitchen doing their thing, playing cards. They're loud, they're doing their thing. Mm-hmm. Well, my grandmother decides to watch TV in the midst of all of that noise. Mm-hmm. And so I guess they were so loud, she went over to whatever they were doing and she knocked everything over. So all the cousins, myself, everyone was upset. And no one never says anything to my grandmother, but like, Mom, you shouldn't have done it, etc. So my sister said, she was telling me that all the cousins and all of them they were having a conversation. And they asked the question, they posed the question. Out of all the cousins, who you think would have been the one that stood up to grandma? And unanimously, they said Sydney. Mm-hmm. I have zero tolerance for disrespect. My mother not coming to my house talking crazy in my house. I'd be like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Now, and I love my mother.
Yeah.
But you're going to watch your mouth.
It's a difference between like being disrespectful and being who you are. Now, I'm okay with, I'm like, well, I tell people all the time, I was like, look, and I was talking about this in the last podcast, is that I talk to my mom. Like I say every time I end up having a conversation, I talk to my mom, because my mom has been a huge influence in my life.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, and different. And it's been more good than bad, but at the same time, I'm not going to let her I don't want to go into that, but I'm not going to let her disrespect, whatever we got going on.
Correct.
And that's just what I'm not. You'd be like, oh, that's just her. I was like, no, I'm spending my money. No, like I told her, I was like, listen, I was like, when you come here next week, I was like, we will not just be. And mind you, I just had surgery. It's been almost 2 months now, but I was like, we're not just gonna be sitting around watching TV all day. I was like, we are going to be moving around. Like, she had back surgery a month before I had surgery. Neck surgery. I'm like, no, we're going to be moving around. You're not you're going to be here doing stuff. I was like, there's no going to be just, we can chill, but we'll get everything we got to get done.
It goes
first.
Back to what they brought us on. Excuse me, y'all. Mm-hmm. As it pertains to Jesus Christ and the love that Jesus gave, etc. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to be ugly to me. Mm-hmm. To my people and think I'm just going to put up with that. And again, my cousins and all of me say, oh yeah, that's just great. No, not me. No. You will be respectful. Now, when I met my ex-wife, she was pregnant with my daughter, Sydney, my now 20-year-old. Mm-hmm. We was having a baby shower. Brand new house, my first home. Mm-hmm. So my home was literally across the street from an elementary school. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of parking right there at elementary school. So I said, everyone park at the school. Mm-hmm. So my grandmother, everyone was there. So my grandmother was like, I was like, no one park in our grass. New home, new sod.
No, you don't park on the grass, period.
Don't park in the grass. Yeah. So my ex-wife and I, we were hosting. People were parking in the grass. So I was like, why are y'all parking in the grass? I was asking a question. My grandma was like, it's just grass. They can park in that grass.
No, we don't play that shit. Nah.
So I put her out, and when I put her out, my mom, my aunts, and my uncle, they all got mad. And I said, y'all can leave when I put all of them out. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And so now they were like, you're not hospitable. We won't come at you. Okay. Don't come back.
Okay. So this is a great topic. So why is it? And I was looking at this. I'm gonna send it to you, but I was looking at this Jay-Z video, and I always felt like this, but it was a video that people people don't like the way that you're talking to them because you're not. I don't say not invested, but like you have to, when you're not necessarily arguing, but I'm not, because I could be considered like an asshole or cocky because I won't engage in conversations that I feel are pointless.
Correct.
And granted, I'll give you a little bit of leeway and I'll go ahead and answer them. I'll answer your question, but then after a while, after a while, I'm like, okay, why is this a conversation? Right. Like, what are we talking about? Like, can we talk about like this? Is like, are you trying to cause an argument? So it was like, well, do you really want to engage in this debate, or because you're having it's like creating an argument for the sake of creating an argument? And I'm saying that for your situation where you had to throw people out because you said specifically, I don't want you parking on my grass. And when people disrespect that, you can either go and move your car or you can leave. And that's okay. But they could consider you an asshole or just an issue just because you weren't willing to let them do something that you told them not to do.
And I think why I don't feel bad about it, because the Lord gave me a peace about it. Because first and foremost, I would never be ugly to my mom. Or my mom say some outlandish crazy stuff out her mouth at times. I always tell my sisters, it just depends. I'll let her have it. Let her speak her mind. But she already know. Listen, baby, don't cross me. We gonna be good. Like I'm not gonna allow you to just say whatever you want to say and try to intentionally hurt me.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
Yeah.
Because if we're honest about it, I raised my baby sister. I raised my baby sister. You was out living your life. Let's be clear. So that's one, and that's a story I'll talk about later. But leading to our relationship type of conversation that we were going to have, that's how I am with when I ask a guy, are you a mama's boy? Now, I love guys that love their mother. Let me be clear. Because how you love your mother is how you're going to treat me, my kids, I know you're a good guy. But as it pertains to some folk that, say for instance, I was here with and your mother just come in and say what she want to say. Oh, I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna be here. Oh, you can leave.
I will send your ass back to where
I'm one of the ones. You got to go then.
Yeah.
Like I'm respectful till you push me there. You're not gonna come in and speak to an adult where you're not paying mortgage or rent. And you think you're gonna have a voice to say, hell no, that's not happening in my house, and I don't care who you are. So I do ask a lot of men, are you a mama's boy? Because like I love my mother, and she could say what she want to say. Well, she got to say something between us, baby. You go sleep with your mammy. Well, sleep with your mother, excuse me, and you can go have that, and I'm okay.
So so within that, why do and like I said, we don't have an answer for it, but why do people feel, or why do some feel that if, like, say for instance with your mom or your grandma, or like I said, my mom or whoever I'm talking to, that if you say things one way, I have to accept it? Why is that a thing? Why do people feel like the absolute, like you have to accept the
what's
bullshit
being said or what?
Yeah. Like I look at it like, because I'm not gonna argue with you, right?
But
and I'm definitely not gonna argue about my house or my place.
I get it. Again, our grandmothers and our mothers, again, they raised us. They cared for us. They supported us. All that good stuff, and I get it. That's why I give the utmost respect to my grandmother and my mother. However, when you're in my space, I don't have to allow you to speak to me crazy. I'm not gonna allow no one to just talk me. Not when you in mine. Hell, you don't have to be in my house. We could be in the grocery store and you talk something crazy. I'm going to correct you. Now, we like to quote this scripture: "Open rebuke is better than secret love." Yada yada. And I'm paraphrasing on that scripture, but I don't have to. I'm gonna openly tell you how I feel about you, and I'm not.
That's okay.
And I'm not coming from a place of being malicious or trying to hurt you, or I don't like what you said, and I'm gonna check you on that. You will not come into my home or in my space and say what you want to say, because that's what you do with everyone else. And there's oftentimes my grandmother embarrassed my sisters in front of their new guy friends or what have you, and then they'll come to me like, I felt bad. Grandmother said it. Well, y'all let her say it. Like,
now look,
I'm gonna check her right there.
You don't have to. So let me give you a prime example. I remember one time, and it's funny, I just literally spoke about this before, but I had a friend. Oh, he's still a friend, but he wanted me, like, we were, I don't know if you remember, like Wet Willie's or whatever. Like, used to be you got him in Miami and stuff like that. It used to be one
with all the like the decoration.
Yeah. I know. So he was like, yeah, man, I'm like, yeah, we go out, we go to Wet Willie's. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, I'll meet you there. He was like, okay, cool. I'm an Uber there. And he was like, he stayed like 10 miles north, and I stayed like 12 miles south, like probably about the same distance. I'm actually maybe about a couple more miles further south now. But anyway, I was like, you know, I didn't say this explicitly, but I was like, well, you know, when I leave, I'm leaving, you know, but we have been drinking and stuff like that. And like I said, he Ubered there, I drove there. So then, but he's 10 miles north, I'm 12 miles south.
Correct.
So let me be explicit on that. So we getting ready to, you know, cut out He's like, hey, can you give me a ride home? I was like, no.
No, you're too far.
Listen, he's 10 miles north. I'm 12 miles south. You know what that means? That means if you do the math, I have to drive 20 miles just to get back to where I'm at. And then I still got to drive another 12 miles to get to where I got to go. So that's 32 miles versus 12 miles.
Correct.
I've been drinking. I probably shouldn't be driving anyway, but that's what we got. We got to get to where we got to go. He got mad at me because I wouldn't give him a ride. I was like, bro, I'll call you an Uber. I was like,
I didn't pay for it.
Like, nah, we want to go. I was like, I'll take your car. I wasn't paying for him. Like, he Ubered there. Like, Uber your ass back. He's like, oh, my phone about to die. I was like, okay, I'll call the Uber. Give me the card. No, I wouldn't buy him. He could buy his own Uber. You are not a woman.
So now you have to be a woman for me to send your Uber there back. You got to be a woman. You're my friend. If you Uber there and then you wanted a ride and I said no, you know what? I'm gonna send your Uber back. I don't have an issue with that.
Or he can Uber himself.
Yeah, but maybe he didn't have the funds. That's why he asked you for a ride.
If you don't have the funds, then you have to be explicit with me as a friend and say, "Hey, I ain't got the money." You Uber there.
Well,
listen, as a man,
but you made about a woman, because he's not a woman. Okay, so he had.
I'm not kicking it. I'm not kicking it with her.
I got to be a woman for you to Uber me home. If I said I Uber there, but I ain't got it. I got to be a woman.
If you say you ain't got it, then I got you.
Okay,
it's a difference.
Okay, but I got to be specific and say, oh, I don't have it. I got to tell you I don't got it.
Yes. Like what? And look, I put it like this. If I Ubered, say for instance, I Ubered there and he drove there, no way in hell would I expect him to drive me 12 miles south to drive 12 miles
You're
north.
right. That's how I am. You're right. That's you. But everyone is not like that. And I've ran into
but you have to deal with it based off of who you are.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying it like if I'm going to get somewhere, I got to figure out how I'm gonna get home. Like, I ain't gonna worry about a woman or a man getting me home. You know, that's on you. You know, I'm saying that doesn't give you the right to get upset with me because you didn't want to Uber. I was like, bro, I will call the Uber. He's like, oh, my phone about to die. I was like, I'll Uber it for you. Like, give me the car.
So right then, that was him giving that excuse. He didn't have it. His phone about to die. When folks start giving those excuses, all right.
Listen, I operate within your truth. I operate in what you tell me, and I don't try to operate outside of that. Like, you tell me my phone is about to die. Here's a solution. My phone isn't about to die. I can Uber you from my phone. Give me the card. I'll Uber you there. But I'm not already about to put myself in a position. I'm driving. Technically, shouldn't be driving anyway. I'm not about to drive an extra 20 miles just to take you home.
I get it.
You know,
I guess that's why. I guess I'm the way I am as it pertains to that situation. Because, for instance, if me, you, and 10 of our friends, we all, go out to dinner, and they, the waitress tells a waiter or waitress like, "Hey, it's only one check." Me, I'm not splitting check. Just give me the check. I'll put on my credit card. Y'all cash out me my money. If like, I don't want all that. Everyone trying to figure out, because a lot of
will figure it out.
Because I may just have some chicken and some water, but y'all don't order 15 drinks, and then you expect me to go half on it. The devil is a lie. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. However, I'll put the whole tab on my credit card.
I do it on my card.
So we're not doing all this because they're looking at us like they can't pay their bills. They're scrounging.
I don't care what they're looking at. I need to make sure.
I'll be like, cash out.
I'm not paying no. I remember one time I went out with my ex.
Because I'm going down to itemize. You need to pay me 60.
Yep.
You need to pay me. Cash out
me
right now.
I remember one time I was out with my ex in Chicago, and we had already ate dinner, but she was going to meet some friends after, like, just because they were having a birthday dinner. So we went there, and she ordered just like appetizer. Me and her just split an appetizer or whatever. And when the bill came, they down there popping bottles and all that shit.
I know,
look, I'm talking about and we wasn't even planning on even. She was like, "Well, let's just go and stop by there, blah blah blah, show my face, da da da." Appetizer was no more than like $7, $8 or something like that. And they was like, "Oh yeah, the bill's gonna be $50 each for everybody." I was like, "No, hers was $7 and then tax." I was like, "But we'll put in 15 or 20." Just so it's easy, but then y'all figure out the rest. I was like, we ain't about to be sitting up here spending $50 and we only order the appetizer and no drinks.
Correct.
So yeah, I'll itemize a motherfucker if need be, because people always look. It's been time. Look, I remember one time, same ex. We had went to Wisconsin to Dells, and we had went with these two other people. They weren't in a relationship or anything like that. But we were trying to get some time, by ourselves. So we was about to go out to dinner. He's like, "Hey, where y'all about to go?" He's like, "Oh, we about to go to this place, blah, blah, blah." Okay, cool. We want to go to. I was like, "All right, well, whatever." So we end up going to the place together. And she ordered like a sandwich. And they had a thing, like, if you ordered the sandwich, it came with chips, but like you had to pay extra for the French fries.
Right.
So she ordered the sandwich with the French fries. I ordered my regular meal, and the guy, he ordered the same sandwich, but he ordered French fries. And then this other chick, she ordered her meal, whatever, cool. So, and she ordered a drink. First red flag. So her drink comes, she sips it, and she's like, and she ordered a Long Island. She's like, "Oh, this is strong." And being a part of the Black community or the Black delegation, I've never heard anyone say a drink is too strong. Just because I'm like, no, I'm saying like, "Ooh, they came through on this one." Like, I ain't never heard nobody complain about it. But anyway, she complained about it, but she didn't complain to the waiter. She was like, "Oh, this is too strong." She pushed it in front of her. Da da da. I was like, "But you ordered a Long Island when you expect it to be strong." Anyway,
they got 5 liquors in it, but okay.
Listen, so our food comes, we eat, and like I said, it's a big ass star on the thing, said fries extra, $2.99, $3.99, something like that, whatever. The bill comes. She's like, "Oh, I'm not tipping." And I was like, "What do you like? Why? Like, what happened?" She's like, "Well, his shirt was untucked in the back, and my drink was too strong." And I was like, "Well, you could have told them to make you another drink, and they would have been fine with it." Honestly, it hasn't been any place, and like I said, I can't speak for them just because I know who I am. Right. If something's not strong enough, we're like, "Hey, look, can you give me an extra shot?" I'm not even that person, like, even if it's not strong enough, I'll just buy the extra shot, put it in there, and I'm good.
Correct.
Then he was like, the other dude, he was like, "Well, I'm not tipping either because they didn't tell me that the fries didn't come with the meal." I was like, "It's on the menu. You literally ordered the same thing she ordered, but you ordered yours with fries. Why are you not tipping?" I was like, "You know what?" I was like, because we were splitting money like on a group trip. I was like, I'm gonna take some of the money I owe you, and some of the money I owe you, and I'm leaving that for the tip.
And see, that's and to that example, that's my deal breaker with guys or girls, if I'm thinking. But
yeah, this was both of them.
However, I always see how you treat the waiter or waitress. Mm-hmm. Even as with friends, I tell folk I'm that one. I don't like confusion. Mm-hmm. If they want one check, somebody one check. But what I will not do is to get around folk that wants to spend. That we're going to evenly split. 1, 2. If you're going to always send everything back, if the table starts sending food back to me because it's cold on that's your right. You can send it back all you want to, but guess what? I'm getting up and I'm leaving. I'm going to the door. I'm paying my bill. I'm out. Because I don't like that foolery. That if you don't like something, say that. Express that. Let them know up front. Let's not start eating the whole plate. Then was like, oh, I didn't like this because now the chicken on here, it was a little bloody or something. See, I will get up and leave. And I'm that guy, and I've done it many times. I will leave.
So listen to this. So second instance of me going out with them to go eat. I don't know if you remember ESPN Zone. This is like years ago when they used to have their own little restaurant and they had all the TVs and stuff. But anyway, we had ESPN Zone, and it gets kind of busy. It used to get busy in there because games and stuff like that. Right. So it's kind of like a sports bar, uppity, whatever. So we in there, and I'm trying to get the waiter's attention. And I'm not able to get it, but I ain't tripping. And it's like I got my food and stuff. I'm just trying to get some more water. Two of the friends that was at the initial meal, the one I talked about, was there. And then there was another friend.
Gotcha.
They're all sneakerheads. This is a whole sneaker community and stuff. So right. So Bill comes. The other chick, the one sneakerhead, she's like, I'm not tipping. I'm like, it's like, why? He's like, they didn't bring you your water. I was like, what the fuck does my water got to do with why you're not tipping? Made no sense to me. Ever since that day, this is like 2010, ever since that day, every time I hung out with them, I would go to the restaurant an hour before, eat my full meal, and then hang out with them and see how they handle it from there. I was like, y'all are ridiculous. Like, why are y'all finding reasons to not tip?
Well, see, I think this is,
and I stopped eating with them.
See, that's what it led to. But see, that's where I'm going with that. This is our issue. I nip it in the bud after the second time. You don't got that many time to keep showing me. You kept going out with them, and they kept that same behavior. They kept. I'm not doing that with grown folk. Yeah. I'm not.
But you saw the second time, I was like, I'm over it. I'm done. Like, I literally would just go to the restaurant first. I'm like, oh, you're not eating? I was like, no, I already ate.
Then I have 5 good friends. I can name them, no more than 5. And everyone does that I know. I just know them from somewhere. And most folk think I'm mean, and that's okay. But I do not. And I'm looking at this camera. I don't play with grown folk. I don't care who you are. I'm not.
So this is where I'm getting at. Why is it considered mean off of you making the decision on, or you being certain or stern on the things that you're willing to do?
What are people saying now? I'm protecting my peace. I'm protected by mental illness. Yeah, that's what
I'm protecting my peace.
It's definitely my peace. My peace. I don't play with grown folk. This is why I don't care for roommates. Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes I like to bring someone in my home so I can save money. Absolutely. Yeah. But once they there, I'll be like, oh, hell no. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like how you move. I don't like how you don't keep up your plate. I don't like how you keep my toilets. I'm OCD. So I'm good. Mm-hmm. I'd rather be. I will allow my children to frustrate me because that's
because you have no choice.
My blood.
Yeah.
But other than that, oh hell no. I am that. No, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Nah, look. Why is it that when you're straightforward to the point that you got to be considered mean or you got to be considered like an asshole? I feel like when you're, like you said, protecting, I think it's protecting your peace and understanding that, like, even like, say for instance, applying for a job, I was told, like, say for instance, with the assessments and stuff like that, they say like you got a better chance at getting a job when you do the strongly agree rather than the slightly agree or the slightly disagree. You got a better chance with strongly disagree, and it's like,
People like fluff. They don't like honesty.
Yeah.
They like fluff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you fluff.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this not giving fluff have affected friendships.
Mm-hmm.
It has affected relationships, and not that because I'm ugly. Because again, I'm a giver. I love. I'm a Pisces. I love hard, but I'm not going to allow you to play in my face. I've been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a whole ex-wife that played in my face 3 times, and I allowed it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I say, no, that's not right. That's not who I am as an individual to continue to accept that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. So now, guys said all the time, I'm mean. No, I'm not mean. I'm just not going to put up. I'm not going to put up with your bull.
Yeah,
I'm not.
No, look, when you say things direct, it makes it easier for people to understand, but they don't want to understand direct. They want you to beat around the bush. They want you like, I'll say no. I remember I learned that from my aunt Alice. She taught me. I remember when I was like 5 or 6, I asked her, I was like, hey, can I have this? She was like, no. And I was like, no.
You told me.
What? Like, it was like, why? And then that's why I don't invest in the why. It's like, because if I said what I said, I'm not, when I give you a yes or no, that's it, and I mean, you mentioned earlier, it's how you ask. Like when we were talking about the whinings thing, it's like how you ask for it. Correct. Rather than, like just kind of be I don't know, like being a dick about it.
Again, you just meant he was not direct.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is. Mm-hmm. No other, and you got to be direct. So folk, I confused. So I get it. Mm-hmm. However, there are 2 words I can't stand, and that black folks say. As you build a relationship, you get to know someone, they in your Facebook date and whatever dating chat you on, or you meet them in person. When folks they spew that word communication or being honest. Man, please.
People don't like being honest.
Folk want to say that they spew it out their mouth. People do not like honesty. Mm-hmm. People don't like you get offended.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. I'm telling you no, or this is why. And you mad at me.
If I'm telling you this is what I want, this is what I need, and if you don't, not to say that you have to adhere to those things, you have a choice. Like, but
we both have a choice.
Yeah. But if I tell you, hey, look, this is what I like. It's like saying, like, we don't have to get fully into like the sexual thing. We're like, well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you say, hey, I don't
suck dick or whatever. And I ain't saying me, but I'm just saying folk might say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, oh, well, no.
But see, if a woman tell you she does not suck dick, and this is what
I'm not going to try to convince you.
Hold on. But this is why I need some men to understand. If she tell you that, stop trying to convince her to do so.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Yeah.
Like if she don't, you should take that as I dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Let me go find a chick that don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she may be beautiful, just everything.
Fuck all that. That shit don't mean nothing.
She's not doing what you like. And vice versa.
In that scenario, that shit could take you from here to regular.
And it doesn't always have to be sexual. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm gonna tell you this. I tell folk, men out the door, I'm big on hygiene, oral and body. Mm-hmm. I'm big on hygiene. You can't come around me funky.
Yeah,
it's gonna throw me. It's gonna throw me nigga,
off.
Like
now, you musty nigga. Like
now I know working and all of that. That's different. But if I'm sitting across from you at the dinner table and we're having a conversation and I smell a porta potty like you got chitlins in your throat, I got a problem with that, baby. No, that's deep than just brushing your teeth. No. You got something going on down your throat. You need some potash or toilet bowl brushing some toilet.
No, but look at it like this. Shoot. I mean, you brought up a great point. If I tell you these are the things that I like, and I mean, I've had women say, "Well, I'm not having sex until marriage," and I'm like, "Well, is we agree to disagree," and we go. It's like, but then it automatically becomes. Oh, that's all you think about? And that it's like, no, I'm not going to abide by your funky ass rules.
I got a good, just what you said. And I'm speaking on what this is what I tell guys all the time. At my age, I'm not saving myself for marriage. Mm-hmm. Hear what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not saving myself for marriage. The reason I'm not trying to have sex with you like that, because I don't want to connect with the wrong Negro. What, do you have more than just sex? Are we even compatible? Like, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's do a spontaneous date. I call you, look, meet me here at 3:30. Let's see how we vibe. I'm on the vibe. I think everything else is inevitable.
Yeah.
It comes. I'm not trying to save myself, but you're not going to bore me.
Yeah.
You're not going to always, oh, I got this, I'm busy. But when you want something sexual, now you have time. Bruh, so stop playing these games. Play with your mammy. Don't play with me. Try Jesus. Don't try me.
No,
that's the foolery with grown folk. If you're 38 years old and up, and you hear what I say, if you're 38 years old and up, and you still talking about, I ain't know them young bucks, they still got a lot to learn.
No, I'm saying if you over the, if you ain't fresh out of college, you need to grow up.
But if you're 38 years and up and you still talking all that, I just want to, because one guy told me it's like a car. I got to try it out. What, nigga, you ain't gonna try it with me? I don't even like you like that. First of all, you kind of husky anyway, and I ain't got nothing against suckers.
No. Hold on a second. No. So you brought up a great point. And sorry if I'm interrupting, but I'm saying, like, when you start to see, that's why I said you bring it from here to here. Right. You start to see the other stuff. You like. You ain't even that cute,
right? I'm trying to give you a chance because I want to be open-minded. I have evolved. I'm not that same prick I was back then. So I'm allowing you and I to connect, have a vibe, have that conversation with each other to see. And guess what? If it's not a vibe, it's okay. Like, we grown.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll be friends. Look, dap each other up like we friends, and we move on. Like, no love lost. But when folks are getting their feelings and they stop communicating, or because I said I'm not gonna sleep with you, and we had a good dinner, we had a good conversation, because I didn't go home with you, now you don't call me anymore. It's things like that. Like, bro, I already see who you are. Don't call me anymore. Because why? You mad because I didn't go home with you? Or
But I would say with that, it depends on the expectations and stuff like that too. Like, if say for instance, if y'all talked about, oh yeah, we going to the telly after this.
We said
that part, but nothing is guaranteed, and you just got to be able to accept that within y'all establishing a relationship.
Going back to being honest, like you and I have been talking about. If I met a man or a woman and we talk online and you led with sex and we said we're gonna date, but we're gonna hit the Tokyo or the trapeze later, I already know what time it is. Get me intoxicated by my drinks. We're gonna have fun. But you gotta remember, after that, that's all I want. Don't call my phone no more. You could text me, what's up? Hey, what's up? All right. I'm good. That's what it was. I want more. I know how you roll. I know who you are, how you move. You're not the one for me, but I can have fun with you. See, I categorize that.
Yeah,
I put that in this little box.
I categorize friends. I categorize relations. Like, and that's how you have to do it. Like, because that's protecting your peace.
That's it.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, if I ask you to do something, and I want to say I ask you to do something, if I see how you react to how I do something, you might get put in a certain box, if that makes sense. Like if I'm trying to think of something.
No, it's almost like, I'm gonna give you an example. It's almost like this. Me, you could be the most amazing man. Dine me, been consistent. We can have conversation. We can do all that. Sex is amazing, all the good stuff. However, if I come to your house and I see your cat jump up on that stove with my food on the stove, oh hell!
Oh, no! You already.
You went from here. Oh, hell! You're too comfortable. You got the animal. That lets me know that. So, and see, I think that's where a lot of us miss the mark sometimes, because we have those type and maybe that shouldn't be a deal breaker for me. But seriously, I'm about, when you do national food safety, all that, to see a cat or animal in your kitchen licking the pot. Wait a minute, I got a problem with that, because
I'm like, well, you go cook dinner, but like I said, lady doesn't even go in the kitchen. Like, you know, like automatically, like lady will go over there, and she'll come like over here. She will not go over there.
And some people know how to train, and that's okay. I don't care about you have an animal, but some just
no. But I'm saying it's no reason why her monkey ass should be in there anyway. I'm just saying in general,
but you get what I'm saying. What can
I
kick
didn't.
You could be this person be your number 10. Then you see something like that, you be like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
You be like, oh no, I can't do this. Or I ain't gonna go there, but like being with a woman, or just me personally, in my experience with women, I always thought women smell good. And I've been around women that always smell good because I'm a person of hygiene, like I told you before. But if I smell a woman or a man that's rank, and I'm saying rank in a very nice, because I don't mind you being a little like you may have went showered.
You can have some
gym.
fun. I remember one time this woman feet stink, and I was like, "Why the hell your feet stink? Like, what you been doing all day?
She could have been working out.
Like, what the hell? Like, why is your feet stink? Like, did you not?
But stuff
take
like
a shower before you?
It may happen. She could have wore shoes. Like, no, what I'm saying is, she probably put on some shoes, tennis shoes. She was out in the rain. They got wet, or at work they got wet. Then she put them on.
We're talking a nice sunny day.
However,
like, why the hell your feet stink?
But other part, I'm just like, baby.
Oh, that's even worse.
But no.
You can't have this.
No, I don't have one when you pull the pen up. You're like, OMG, what's that smell?
Yeah, nah, you can't
like,
have the
that's what I'm talking like. No.
Nah, I remember one.
And that's male.
I remember in college, I was like, man, it smelled like she was, I don't know, playing volleyball or something. And came to my house. I was like, and, back then it was the finger test. So it was kind of like and I was like, oh, and I took her ass back home.
I said, you ain't got to do that with men. I'm saying a lot more information I need to be saying because everyone don't know me like that. But however,
no, that finger test was terrible.
I had finger test. When it comes to men, bro, a lot of y'all dudes be thinking that, okay, I done been working, whatever. I don't stink because first of all, balls and dicks stink. If you don't clean that, it gets musty. Yeah. And then especially if you uncut and you want to bring that uncut dick in somebody's face and think that don't stink. Nigga, what is wrong with you? You don't know that you're going to do that? Hell, even if I was, I'm going to stop by a quick trip. I'm finna go hit the
bathroom before
that's my point. I'm going to put that quick trip. So listen, I'm not coming there. How you don't get that in your head?
Yeah. I would take all the showers, all the whole baths.
And it don't matter about you being cut, uncut, all this. My point is, if you know that you set yourself up to do something spontaneous, which is the word, spontaneous.
Spontaneous is a little bit different, but I'm still not.
Well, let's say this.
I will go to the bathroom first, and
if you know,
I might smell like bathroom soap.
That's my point. But if you know you're going to do some spur at the moment, meaning you may been conversing with somebody at Piedmont Park, a chat line, whatever. I don't know what it is, and y'all gonna meet in a Jeep Wagoneer. Let me go hit the hot spots if I know what I've been doing. Now, if I know I just clean, I'm good. But you should know.
Yeah.
If you've been out all day, come on now.
Go to a Walgreens. Do what you got. Do what you got to do.
Why? And I hear this going around. And I'll say this word because most of them I don't curse, but I'll say this word. Nowadays, and I'm not saying all men, let's be clear, but there are a lot of men that, they enjoy their female partners and they enjoy their time with their female. But if you want somebody to eat your ass, you need to clean your ass. And what grown men don't do is know how to clean their ass properly.
It ain't that
clean your booty hole. And if you got hair in there, if you want to, you need to shave that down because hair care is older. Let's be clear.
Okay.
Now, if a woman want to do that, whatever to get her, you need to check him off top. And I'm saying it because I know what I'm talking about, baby. I've been there, done that, and I done sent a few. Like, bro, no, you didn't come here. Because your girl tell you, I'm gonna tell you, you need to clean that if that's what you like. That may be your fetish.
The fetish, yeah.
Clean your hole. You need to. And I saw one the other day. This dude said, if you get out the shower and you tap your booty hole and smell it and still stink, you not clean. Absolutely.
But what
you need to clean?
It's
no. We talking about clean.
No. What I'm saying is like it should be a part of the regular routine.
Don't see. I hear you.
I'm saying
You're
I
right.
automatically
It
hit
should-
the. I don't even. I don't
Well,
like it, and I don't want it.
Well,
But I'm
most
saying
don't.
I still make sure, just from a hygienic perspective, that I'm gonna.
So it's
I'm
like
be
it's almost
clean.
like this. A woman could just clean that, but what if she forget to hit the back spot? You smell that. You be like, wait, baby.
Yeah.
You got to hit the.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got to hit the hot spots.
Yeah.
Where
I'm
all
like, yo, what were you thinking? Like, why is it? From
you,
that angle, like, why
you wipe that up?
Why am I smelling?
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah,
that's my point. And when you know that you're gonna do something and just like that, like I'm gonna, me personally, I'm gonna stop. I got to drive somewhere, or I got to pass a bathroom. I'm already entertaining the conversation. I'm entertaining the chat. I'm entertaining us meeting up, whatever that looks like. So in the midst of that, I'm preparing myself that I may meet this individual.
Yeah.
Let me go take care, because I've been out here doing ain't too fresh.
I mean, you've been dancing for 2.5 hours.
Right.
Like,
ain't too fresh.
Yeah.
So it's things like I don't get adults that we're just not conscious of that. So we like want to call folk out their name that you was think you was this. Well, no, you didn't tell them, or they should have prepared for that already. So I mean, it is what
no. Look, so revert it back to, or come back to what we were talking about as far as being honest versus communication, is that people almost get offended that you be like, hey, look, you gotta go in the bathroom and wash up. And that's the honesty, but people like,
right?
What do you mean I gotta go? Like,
you stink.
Nigga, you smell like ass, literally. Right. Like, go clean your shit.
And let me
literally
tell you, this is why I know people know what stank booty is. Because if you ever listen to like a lot of social media or us around our families and something, we be like, this smell like booty. We already know what that smells like. Why y'all playing this game? Like, we already know when it's fun. We quick to say that this smell like ass or this smell like booty. Like, we will say that with the quickness. But am I lying?
You're not lying.
That's what we do as people, because we done smelled ourselves being funky. We know what booty smell like. So you be like, that smell like booty. Well, how you know what booty smell like then? If you ain't never. So that's why when people, y'all already know, clean that. Don't nobody want that in their face. And to me personally, this ain't got nothing to do with you being gay. Heterosexual men, y'all should enjoy yourself sexually. If that woman want to eat that, let her eat it. Look, y'all have that's your girl. You eat hers. But don't get in her face thing.
Yeah.
She don't deserve that.
Yeah, hygiene
especially if she clean and you enjoying yourself. And then she got to be, no, dog. No. No,
I like that. I like that topic name. Hygiene is a motherfucker.
Hygiene is big. Listen, I would tell you quick. Oh no, dog, I'm good. No, hygiene or hygiene too. You cannot kiss on me, suck on me, lick on me, and I smell a porta potty or chitlins. No, you can smell that. Saliva does not smell good if your hygiene is horrible. If you have poor hygiene, it doesn't. And I know y'all don't see. That's okay. We see. Like you said, truth. We don't talk about those little small things that a lot of us we experience. If I'm looking on your neck, I'm talking in general. If I'm looking at somebody's neck and they can smell my breath, no, bro, something wrong. This I ain't clean this good.
Look, I remember it was this one woman in college, and I could not get past her breath. I tried, and I remember. I'm not about to say her name.
Don't say her name.
But
I know people listening.
I remember one time, we were all checking into the dorm, and her friend, one of her close friends, and like we were kind of on the ledge, like on the balcony. It was like 3rd floor, and she was outside. She was like, "Hey, I can smell your breath from down here." And I was like, "Oh God!" See that? But it's more funny when it's like she didn't smell her breath actually, but it's more funny when like I'm like, well, should I? But anyway, so I'm talking about like we done got. I'm talking about we in the room, 3:30 in the morning, about to, and I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Like literally, I'm talking about like I couldn't do it.
My daughter and my son will tell you this, and this happened 2 years ago. Again, we was riding from I allowed a friend to ride me from Atlanta to Florida. And so, well, it was me,
Okay,
my
this sounds
friend.
like a long ride.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's me, my friend, and my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We was going to, like, so I could be my son.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to Florida. So we were leaving Florida, and the four of us in the car. Now, we were chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my friend got a phone call because it was me, Sydney. My daughter's name is Sydney too. So me, Sydney, my son was behind her, and he was behind me in the car. We riding, he got a phone call. We were good. He started talking, and you just smelt this funk. I'm telling you, just chitlins. And I keep saying that, porter, just funky. And so I knew, like, I was trying to play it off. My daughter and my son was texting me. Now, mind they texted me while I'm driving. They texted me. And so I'm trying not to laugh. And I was like, and Sid was like, Daddy, shut up. Because I know you about to say something because she saw my face. See, I didn't say anything to them until they started texting me. But she saw my face. And I'm like, and I said, oh, hell no. I'm like, no. I put down the window. I was like, bro, she said, Daddy. She said, Daddy. Because I was mad. Like, I was angry. He said, so I said, I need you to be quiet. That's all I'm going to say. I just need you to be quiet. Don't even talk on the phone until we get. And I left it at that. So like, I'm so glad. When I said I was so angry, the whole car
steaming
smelled like we were cooking chitlins. No lie.
Hot dog water.
Man, that's why it's like I'm big on hygiene, and that's why I'm big myself.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna be clean. I'll make sure my breath smells good. Like
I ain't even gotta have the nicest clothes on. I will take 2 or 3 showers if needed.
Correct. I'm gonna take a shower at night. I get up in the morning, take a shower. Before I came here, I took I just like to be clean because
I told you, listen, I did yoga. I was like, hey, look, I'm about to go take my shower. I mean, we might as well start a little later. But I was like, I ain't about to be sitting on. I don't even sit on my couch if I worked out.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Listen, y'all say what you want to say. Judge me. I'm a little nasty at times. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I got a big old wagon there. I want a little spontaneous to happen. Mm-hmm. At least I know I'm clean. If something went down, and I went out somewhere, I'm good. Like. Mm-hmm. Like I just don't get it. So that's my rant on that. Cause
no, I love it. No, that funk. Look, you have to.
And I believe that's why my daughter.
I should not tell this story, but I'm gonna tell this story.
Tell the story.
This story is terrible. It's a terrible story, and it could be considered abuse, but I don't care. So I have a nephew, and he stayed with me. I had custody of him. And
he gonna know you're talking about him. You know that, right?
He in jail. He in prison.
Okay.
He ain't getting out no time soon. He definitely gonna know I'm talking about him. Like whoever this isn't a private story. This story has been told in public and whatever. So so I left the house to go to work, and I just remember I went in the bathroom, and it's like we had 3 different bathrooms. So it was a bathroom that was on a level floor. Then it was the shared bathroom where everybody took a shower. And then it was a private bathroom in one of the rooms. So it's like a master bathroom. I go to the main, like right by the door bathroom, and I'll go in, pee and everything. Then I go to work. I remember the roll didn't have any tissue on it, but I didn't go number 2. Right. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, whatever, I left. So I came home, I got out of work, and I'm like, hey, where you at? Because I come home, I usually get home like right when you get out of school. Right. He's like, I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, cool. So kind of, set my stuff down and, kind of just moving around the house or the apartment. And he comes out the bathroom and he goes downstairs. His room was downstairs in the basement. So then I go to the bathroom and I notice that same roll is in the bathroom with no tissue on it. So I call him upstairs. I say, hey, like, because actually, you know what? He didn't even say I'm in the bathroom. He said I'm on the toilet.
Right.
So automatically assume he's shitting or doing number 2.
Right.
So I go in the bathroom and the same roll is still there. And I'm like, hey, Jay, come here real quick.
He made some
I said his name, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. No. Look, I still anyway.
All the family know now.
Look, I'll tell they know.
Okay.
Like, they know it's my like everybody know. I say, hey, like, you just come out the bathroom? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, how'd you go to the bathroom? Ain't no toilet paper in here. He's like, well, you know, it wasn't no toilet paper in there. I was like, what do you mean it wasn't no toilet paper in? Like, you could have went upstairs. Like, there's 3 other bathrooms, or it's 2 other bathrooms.
Right.
You could have easily went either upstairs or to my boy's private bathroom.
Right.
He wouldn't have tripped if you went in there and got some tissue or something like that. Or you could have went in the kitchen and got paper towel, worst case scenario. Or even the worst case scenario, you could have just used a towel and threw it out.
Oh, no.
You know, I'm going to use a towel before I not wipe my ass.
Correct.
Is what I'm saying.
Correct.
So I'm like, bro, like, did you not like wipe your ass? He's like, well, there wasn't no tissue in there. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you just not wiping your ass?
Oh, that's awful.
So I went to our clubhouse, like, you know, how apartments have clubhouses and stuff like that. I printed out these signs, and the sign said, my name is da 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 da, and I do not know how to wipe my ass.
No.
If you want to know why, you can just ask me. And I posted them around the apartment complex.
Something like that.
Yeah, he will never go to the bathroom. I mean, he don't want to drop the soap now, but he'll never go to the bathroom without ever.
That is horrible. That's horrible. Yeah. But like my daughter, I think I've embedded hygiene in her so much. And I think that's what I love about her as a woman.
He's in the 6th grade, not wiping his ass.
No, I understand. But even like now, Sydney,
how in the fuck did you ever consider? You know what? Take it back. He was like maybe 4th grade.
He washed his clothes, so you would know. He does his laundry.
That has listen.
Like, you got to clean.
Why? I've never ever considered leaving the bathroom. Like being a kid. Like I remember, you know, shit. For whatever reason, I would make sure that I would wipe. Like if I had to wipe with the nice towels or whatever, like I just had to, you know, I would throw it away and wouldn't let nobody know. But you know, I was go wipe.
Let me protect my good time, but make sure I have toilet paper in the bathroom if you go. Yeah. But like my daughter, what I love about her, because I guess she hear me preach hygiene all the time. Sydney, when it comes to like her pH balance, whatever, she watch what she eat. She does, because I told you better not ever put a funky pussy in no man's face. Oh, when I tell and I think that's sticking with her now. I'm serious. Mm-hmm. You see her, she don't play, and I be like, baby, I ain't trying to scare you, but your dad. I'm just big on hygiene.
Yeah.
And so that's even my bathrooms. I'll tell anyone, my daughter live here. Men, you pee, whatever. I have bleach, that kid 99.99% bacteria. I have toilet bowl cleaner, I have all that. Clean my toilets because I have a daughter living here. And see, I don't play about that. When it comes to my bathroom, I need to see white porcelain. I don't want to see no splatters. Like I'm big on cleanliness.
Yeah. It just makes sense. Like I don't want nobody to come into my house for whatever reason. Like, only thing you could probably say about me, if anything, is like I didn't wash the dishes or something like that.
I could tell a man lives here.
But I'm saying
that's not a bad thing.
But. No. But I'm saying in general, like you're not going to be like pee backsplash.
No, you don't.
Or
I can say that many times.
And that's like that. Like
I can see that.
It doesn't take much to do it. Like literally, I'll go into the bathroom. Like I said it, I got a plan. Like I'm like, okay, I was like, I'm gonna clean this bathroom today. It don't take me no more than like it's just me here. So it's not like that bathroom is getting like jacked up. Like maybe my bathroom is the one where I got to deep clean more. Right. But I go in there, make sure the toilet's clean, make sure the sink is clean, and I'm not using the tub, so everything should be pretty much clean outside of, maybe sweeping the floor.
Well, I'm a stickler on that, so anybody I'm like, well, I am. I'm going to your bathroom, make sure everything clean. I'm like, ew, I don't like. It's just me. I don't like.
Look,
filth.
I remember. So my aunt, they used to. This goes to the being honest and stuff like that, or being who you are. She used to carry around cleaning stuff with her, like if she went to like they were traveling on the road and stuff like that, and they were like, oh, she act uppity and da da da. I was like, no, she's like, I understand like why she does it. Like I go into, if I'm using a public bathroom, I will break out the cleaning stuff, wipe it down. Like if I have no choice, because I'm not just going to free willy and just go in there or even hit it raw. You know what I'm saying? like I'm cleaning it and then putting a layer on top of it and then going.
If I'm traveling for work, before I go to my hotel check-in, I go by the local Walmart, Walgreens, whatever, and get my Lysol.
Mm-hmm.
That bed is sprayed down. I'm not going to I don't care how clean. I could be at the Ritz-Carlton. I don't care. Let me spray it.
I am
down.
not hitting that toilet raw.
And I'm just and then people like, you're doing too much. Trust me, it's only a little miniature travel pad. I'm not taking a whole can. You can't take it in the airport.
So hold
anyways.
on a second. What's the difference? So you said a great thing. Why is there an issue? I want to say what's the difference? Why is there an issue with doing too much rather than not enough?
Because people would think like, excuse me, when I say I'm going to the bathroom with Lysol, automatically.
I'm saying in general.
No, but I'm just saying, but that's one example. They think you come with this big can of Lysol. Baby, I can't take it to the airport. So before I go to my hotel room or check in, I just go get a little small trapper and I spray down important stuff that, again, I know they clean the sheets, the bathroom can look clean, everything can look clean, but that's me. And so why would someone think that's too much? Because they're too lazy to do such. They don't want to go get the Lysol. And guess what? Maybe they don't care, and that's fine. That's your body. Like
no, but I
don't care.
So I'm speaking like I get that scenario, but I'm speaking like on a larger perspective on why do we get trapped into doing just enough rather than doing more. Like say I'll give it an example with jobs, right? Like for me personally, if I'm looking for a job, I'm flooding the market. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, of course, it's companies that make sense for what I do,
right?
But I'm not just. I wake up, submit a job. Like I'm literally laying in bed, like submit. I'm like I'll sit at my computer for like 2-3 hours of looking at opportunities. Then I'll interview this afternoon or like I'm like
right.
Why do we get comfortable with just doing enough rather than doing too much? Because like I said, if I want an opportunity, if I want a job, why am I not doing the most to get a job? I mean, because people are like, oh, you doing the most. Remember that used to be a phrase back in the day? Like why are you not doing the most to do things? Like, why are you not, like people be like, well, even in relationships, it's like, well, why are you only doing so much? Why are you doing it? Why are you doing this for him? Or why are you doing this for her? Da, da, da. It's like, well,
to your point, like you said, you would get up and just apply for jobs outside of what you would normally, apply for, etc. Your experience. However,
not that. I would say I would just continue. Like if I'm looking for a job, say for instance, if I want to work for one company, and within those, say for instance, I apply to 50 jobs,
right?
All 50 are going to be within my expertise, or is going to be, what I can do.
Right.
But I'm not going to stop. I mean, of course, I'll look at say for instance, LinkedIn as an example, right? I'll look at jobs. I'm like, oh, I don't like that one. I'm not applying for it.
Right.
Oh, I like this one. I'm gonna apply for it. So I would literally go down the list. I have notifications on like of all of the criteria that I want to look for within the job. So if everything matches the criteria that I expect, I'm applying for each of them. Whether it's like, I mean, because it could be little things like, say, for instance, you're applying for a job, right? It could be something like, oh, God, like, I got to submit my resume and I got to type in my experience.
Well,
because that annoys the fuck out of me.
And that's why some folk, they don't want to do that extra.
But I'm saying that annoys the fuck out of me. But at the same time, that's what I want.
Or you got to do the questionnaire or something like.
I had to do an assessment the other day, and I'm like, what in the fuck? But I want the opportunity, so I'm a do it.
You're a little bit more ambitious than others. Some folks don't want to do that.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, why is that a thing that, like I'm like, and I'm quote unquote doing too much, but I feel like you have to do too much to get what you want versus just doing enough, and then you're
doing too much. Doing too much might be working for you. That may not be working for everyone. That it may be working for you, and guess what? You should keep up that momentum of doing too much. Some folks just like I'm gonna just do the bare minimum.
Listen, the bare minimum ain't working for you,
and so that's why they never progress.
But you know, look, I would rather do too much. Look, I would rather do too much and it don't work for me than not. Like, I'm going to explore all angles to be able to be successful. I'm not gonna be like, if I, you know, like if I'm trying to, as an example, like say for instance sneaker apps or like Nike, whatever, like I'm trying to get this pair of shoes. I'm gonna hit up 5, 10, 15 people like, hey, can you get into this raffle for me? You know, rather than like me just doing it by myself and expecting to win the extra mile.
See, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah,
I ain't doing all that. I'm okay. No, I'm not going to. I don't need. If 2 people don't have it, oh well. I just don't have it. Whatever. I missed out.
Yeah.
But it depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really want something,
right,
you will go above. I feel like you should go above and beyond for something that you're saying, hey, that's what I want, versus like, I'm okay with just being good enough.
As long as, again, we're in that perspective, it depends on what it is.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put you on the stick.
No. But we like to talk about a relationship or something. It may be something I want, but who's to say that you're there? You know what I mean? I could be giving you my all. I could be, you know, I'm consistent. I'm communicative. I'm talking. We call every day. I'm supporting you. I'm there. I'm present. All of that. But you're not. And so why are you not? This is what you say you wanted. You say you want someone that's present and that's consistent and all that. But what is it? See, that's when I learned you did.
But you brought up a great point. When you're in that scenario and you're the one that's giving your all and you're not getting what you want from it, cut it. Then it's gonna be something else.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes I've seen like, oh, we need to salvage the marriage, or we need to do that. No. Like, yo, if it ain't working, damn, I ain't heard that song. I used to love that song. K-Camp, cut it. That was my shit.
And they do that like a lot of marriages. They say because the children are that. No, I didn't. Third time adulterous committed on me, I was out. I was done. I'm good.
Yeah. No, but it's just weird that people feel like they do just enough. Like, I don't ever want to do just enough, because I feel like, say for instance, if you hit levels, right? If I'm doing just to 70%, I'm never going to get more than 70%. But if I'm striving to get 100% and I get 85 or 90, or hell, if I get 75%, I'm still getting more than what was just good enough.
Again, depends on the circumstances.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, you ready to wrap up?
Yeah, we can wrap up.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. What's the time?
Okay, almost 11.
Okay, cool. No, I gotta make sure I gotta cut it on there. But thank you all for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. If there's any topics that you want us to cover, let us know. Sid, do you have any parting words?
I don't. Listen again. Like, subscribe, share. Let us know. We want to talk about it. Let us talk about what your thoughts are. How do you feel about certain things? Maybe it's something that we shared, you disagreed or agreed with. Let's talk about it.
Yep. Make sure you worry about your hygiene. Hygiene is important. Don't be a nasty person.
That nasty thing in nobody's face and you stink.
Yep. Pussy too. Like, make sure all that shit is clean. And thank you all for listening.